What's going on, guys? Hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Today we're going to be uploading the first Call of Duty video on my new channel, and there's a lot of different ways I could have went about this. There's a lot of different topics I really want to dive into because, like Sharp joked in one of my comments, like I could do a 30-part series on like why Call of Duty is going down to the gutter or what's wrong with Call of Duty, whether it's the game itself, systematically, Activision, and there's just so many things to dive into. But before I did that, I wanted to make a video and kind of talk about my thoughts on Black Ops 7 overall. For those of you guys who don't know, that I played Black Ops 7 a good amount when the game came out. I got Singularity, which is the multiplayer camo. And I just want to give you guys my overall thoughts on Black Ops 7 as a whole. Kind of give it its flowers, in my honest opinions, and dive into, does it deserve as much hate and negativity as it really got at release and it's gotten over the last couple months. And then the next video, we're going to kind of dive into more on Call of Duty, like the last 5 years, all the things that I believe that, you know, are changing Call of Duty, whether for the good or the bad, and really dive into like more complex issues. But today we're just going to talk about Black Ops 7. We're going to run some pubs on the new season, I guess you could say. I haven't really played much of Call of Duty in the last few weeks. I've been playing a lot of ARC Raiders. So bear with me. I might get shit on. Hope you guys enjoy the video. And yeah, let's get into it. All right, let's dive into a playlist here, dude. I haven't played any of the new maps. I haven't played a lot of the new content since like season 1.5 dropped or Reloaded dropped. I've been playing a lot of ARC Raiders, as you guys know, from the uploads and also the streams. But yeah, we're just gonna dive in. I guess Vault Town is like Nuketown. It's just like the Fallout edition, maybe. So we're gonna dive into this. I'm also gonna be using like one of the new guns, well, the newer guns, Maddox. I have at level 2, so I don't have any attachments. So listen, I might get body slammed in this video. There's a good chance I get body slammed. I've held my controller very few times over the last, maybe month. I'm gonna be a little bit rusty, okay? But yeah, today let's talk about Black Ops 7, man. Because I've seen a lot of division when it comes to this game. Okay, we're already in a lobby and we're down 7 to 161. So we're probably gonna back out and get into another game. That's probably what it's gonna be looking like here. You know what? Might as well try. There's also gonna be another problem, like I said. Oh yeah, we had dude, I had an extremely fun time, by the way. Thank you. But we're gonna talk a little bit about the matchmaking is one of the cons of this game. But we're not gonna dive too much into that. Like I said, we're gonna do a two-parter, maybe a three-parter. One's going to be just about this game overall and the content of the game, I guess you could say, like the meat and potatoes of the game. And then we're going to dive into like the deeper issues in Call of Duty and what's really kind of snowballed the downhill effect right now. If you guys are just tuning in, I'm not really like much of the apocalyptic type or the rage baiting type. Yeah, I know it's a cool thing on social media to really hate on everything. I can make a video and just pretend to roast anything, and it's the cool thing nowadays. But Call of Duty, obviously, it's hard for me to talk about because, I have a lot of personal connection to the game, and as corny as that sounds, it's a huge part of my life. It was a huge part of my life. It's a huge part of even my streaming career for years, and when I was full-time streaming, obviously I competed for about a decade, so it means a lot to me. And like in a perfect world, I want to see Call of Duty do well. I want to see it succeed. I don't want to see it in the state that it's in. You know what I mean? So yeah, question number 1. That I've been getting a lot. Honest to God, I wrote down some questions on my other monitors, so if you see me looking at that, that's pretty much what we're going to be doing here in this live comm. Do I enjoy Black Ops 7? I would say overall, yeah. I would say that there's 2 ways to grade Call of Duty, and one way, if you're really objective and you have a memory like I do, and you like if you're a hardcore Call of Duty fan or player, whether you're a streamer or a competitor or even a Warzone player, if you play Call of Duty as your main video game and you play it often, I would say that Black Ops 7 is the best COD we've had of this new generation of Call of Duty, meaning since MW 2019. That's my opinion. And like I said, don't sue me for my opinion. You're watching. You guys could have a whole different opinion. Let me know down in the comments below if you agree, disagree with anything I say. I'd love to hear people's thoughts on this stuff, man. If you guys, like I said, we talked about it in one of my first videos. When I'm talking to people in my chat, when I'm streaming, I love hearing their takes. I love hearing their thoughts on stuff. And a lot of times, we end up agreeing with each other. Sometimes we don't. But yeah, for the new generation of COD, I think Treyarch kind of did a really good job in this game. I think it's the most polished Call of Duty we've had at release in terms of like, let's talk about performance real quick. I know it's not, the most fun thing to talk about. But like I said, I work on PCs as well. The game is pretty well optimized, like out of the gate, man. Over the years, like I said, people forget a lot of things. One being how broken like Warzone and MW 2019 originally was for PC, or how many PC issues or crash issues that Call of Duty's had over the years, just technical wise. This game, it runs pretty well. It does, you know, pretty good GPU utilization. Not as great as you would want, but it's definitely a step in the right direction compared to other games, man. I've done a lot of benchmarking and testing on this game, and overall, it runs pretty damn well. Like, you know, without doing any, you know, tips and, you know, tricks and really going into your PC and your config files and stuff like that. DLSS is finally, you know, moving along, and like if you guys are watching, you know, this video now, I'm running DLSS. I'm not running Fidelity, and the game looks pretty gorgeous. It looks pretty good for a Call of Duty game. Next thing I want to talk about is, like I said, do I enjoy Black Ops 7? Yes. Now you're gonna ask why, or my thoughts. What you're gonna hear and what you're gonna see repeated and regurgitated a lot is Black Ops 7 hate is really forced. Okay. You're going to see a lot of people, a lot of streamers, a lot of, you know, retired players, people that, like, you know, that are in my scene. When I say my scene, I mean the competitive scene, people on the radar, Call of Duty streamers, players, content creators. You're going to see a lot of us share the same sentiment, and that is that this game is extremely overhated, and it's extremely underrated, and this game fucking, you know, is great, you know, on, like, a scale. Now, what people aren't going to understand is why those kind of people, and I guess you could say quote-unquote us, have that take versus what, like, your casual player thinks about Call of Duty and where you're seeing the hate directed at. And let's start with the campaign. Dude, I want to play through the campaign. I want to play through a lot of this game and really absorb the content. And like I said, I haven't quit Call of Duty. I haven't quit Black Ops 7. I've just put it, you know, to the side a little bit here. But the campaign obviously is the #1 thing that got a lot of focus on and fucking flamed. And rightfully so. I completely understand the criticism without even playing it. That, like, yo, this is not Call of Duty. My whole thing is, and like, dude, I really want to know people's, like, opinion on this in the fucking comments. Because this is where I get to sound ignorant, man. This is where I don't know if I'm out of, you know, like, the fucking loop, or if there's a division, or if there's, you know, both kinds of people. Dude, I really, for the longest of times, couldn't give a fuck less about a Call of Duty campaign, dude. I think if you're buying Call of Duty to play the campaign, I think you're one in a fucking million. Now, listen, I could be fucking so wrong. I could be terribly wrong with this take. It could be super ignorant, and I want to know if I'm ignorant about it. But, like, the idea that people play Call of Duty for the campaign, it's weird because I think it was Black Ops 4. They decided, you know what, we're not going to put any time, you know, money and resources into it. I think it might have been Black Ops 4. And there was no campaign in the game at all. And it got really criticized. And I wouldn't, like, I don't mind if Call of Duty doesn't have a campaign anymore, dude. I don't think it's really purposeful. I think if, you know, it's funny, if you were to ask me, like, what's going on in the Black Ops world, meaning the Black Ops universe, I guess you could say, I have no fucking clue what I'm playing. I have no idea what happened to Mason. I don't know, like, any of the characters, what's going on. Like, I haven't really been following this story, and I don't think the majority of Call of Duty gamers have. I could be so wrong with this take, but the idea that the campaign is fucking crazy to me. Like, I think, like, they would have been better off just not having a campaign. But then the problem is when they don't put a campaign in the game, people argue the price tag of the game and saying it shouldn't be $70. So they're in a predicament, you know. They're really stuck between a rock and a hard place on their decision making. But yeah, campaign, I haven't played it. Maybe I'll do a quick playthrough on stream just for fucking, you know, shits and giggles. I know it's ridiculous from all the, you know, everything I've seen on, you know, social media. And then endgame, I also want to grind out because I want to get all the camos. I do want to play this game more, and I'm going to start playing it more, especially when rank comes out. But I'm definitely down to grind the camos. All right, let's talk about zombies. Zombies is a little fun. I've never been a big zombies guy when it comes to Call of Duty, but I kind of vibe with zombies. And I really think, like, the way you got to look at Black Ops 7 and compare it to the new generation Call of Duties, aka MW 2019 and beyond, is it's not fair. Like, if these people, like when I say these people, I mean me. What they want, like, Call of Duty to be is not what it has been for a very, very, very long time. And I'm going to talk about that in a later video. Like I said, we're going to dive deep into the economics of Call of Duty, where it went wrong. Just kind of my take on everything. Like I said, I was full-time streaming it and playing it for over a decade, and kind of how Warzone changed everything. And this is why we're here right now. And what I mean here right now I'm not saying this is the worst fucking game ever and it's the end of the world. I mean, here right now is in Call of Duty's player base is smaller than it's been in a really very long time. I've seen the reports on the sales of the game. The sales of the game are down like 60%. Don't quote me on the exact numbers. Maybe I'll put the articles in the description. All you gotta know is Call of Duty's not fucking doing well. It is doing very poorly. And I get the question all the time, do I enjoy Black Ops 7? And my answer to that question is yes. I grinded that, like, I know I'm not rocking it right now, and I don't have it unlocked on the medics, but I grinded Singularity out. I got the multiplayer camo, and it was fun. I played it with Sharp every day. We streamed it. It was not that painful other than the launchers and whatnot, but like the content of the game, it wasn't, you know, super forced. I had a good time playing it. I have a fun time playing this game. It is a more polished version of Black Ops 6 and just Call of Duty in the past, you know, few years. Like I said, since MW 2019. I mean, I guess it's more than a few years as a yap. But if you ask me, like, what do I like about the game? The multiplayer plays fucking pretty well. Like, the pace of the game plays pretty well. The map selection in this game, the new maps and the old maps combined, especially at release, I think we've had some of the better maps like a Call of Duty game has had in a really long time at release. The guns, and I feel like this is a huge one for me. The guns were really fucking bad at the start of this game, meaning the problem is with like Call of Duty these days, and we're going to talk about this once again. Oh, I mean, I guess I could cover it a little bit in this video. Gunsmith is fucking annoying. But a lot of the guns were really fucking felt really like just bad at the start of this game. Like ARs felt so strong compared to the other guns. And that's tragic, you know? Like obviously that's something that it's impossible to get right before the game comes out. And obviously Treyarch has done a wonderful job, and they always do a wonderful job at post-patch support of the game and trying to balance the game as much as possible. But it sucks that you know, doing the camo grind and whatnot, this isn't one of the better games when it comes to the weapon selection, in my opinion. Something about the weapons, like a lot of them look the same, a lot of them feel the same. Maybe that's a wild take. Let me know in the comments below, like I said. There's some games that are like that. It's not the end of the world. You know, we have like the M8, which obviously like some people use, some people don't use. I'm fucking over like the whole marksman rifle like thing and all the categories of guns as well. But the weapon selection, I'll give like a B minus, maybe a C. Like I said, that's just my take. That's my opinion on it. And the maps I'm gonna give, honest to God, compared to what we've had, like I said, everything I'm saying in this video, we're gonna compare to MW 2019 and onward, okay? And I'll explain in the next video kind of why I'm doing that. But compared to MW 2019 and onward, I would say this game has like the best map selection out of all the most recent CODs that I could think of to date. When it comes to the flow of the maps, you know, the visuals, they're vibrant, they're colorful, the Treyarch maps. Last year was fucking pathetic. Like Black Ops 6 and just in general. Like, put it this way, people ask me, do I like Black Ops 7? I played this game more than I played Black Ops 6 already. I have more hours in this game already. I've enjoyed it more already. So let that, you know, be a benchmark to my opinion. I think the maps are fucking dope. I think they got to be careful with like how much we play old maps. That might be a super hot take. Like I think actually having like a Nuketown 24/7 playlist hurts the game. That could be such a hot take if you don't really understand, if you're not a grinder to the game. I think it just makes the camo grind a sprint. And what it does is, even though fucking Nuketown is amazing, and listen, I love Nuketown. I got probably a fucking... Hey, listen, don't judge me, but I might have 1 million motherfucking kills in this map, dude. If you're watching the video, I'm sure there's some youngins watching this video, dude, that I got fucking... I was killing people on Nuketown when you were still in fucking elementary school, alright? So, I fuck with Nuketown. This isn't a secret. My stream knows it. My community knows it. I love Nuketown. But it does take away from you just obviously getting that game loop of playing, you know, the other maps. And it takes away from the other maps, especially the new maps that they made in this game. That's just factual information. And that's another thing I would like to talk about is the playlist. I think they really fucking... They're not cutting on the playlist in this game, man. The idea of the playlist and how they crank out these double XPs and quad XPs and all this shit. And they give you just Nuketown 24/7 right away. I think it's dangerous. I think it's harmful for the game, and I think that's a natural fucking Call of Duty 101 like decision, where they do these short-term things like that out of desperation to keep people on the game. Whether it's releasing Nuketown, whether it's putting a 24/7 Nuketown playlist, and they do these desperation attempts, and like I'm telling you, like that's Call of Duty in a nutshell. Is they make these short-term decisions and short-term playlists without any long-term thinking. And I think Nuketown 24/7, honest to God, is not good for the game. Believe it or not. Maybe have it for a weekend. Keep it for a weekend. That's cool. Having the playlist permanently, like I said, some of these maps are actually pretty fucking cool. Like I'm excited to watch more of the CDL this year and start. You know, I'm actually really fucking excited. This is gonna sound really weird, but I'm actually really excited to fucking play ranked this year and grind ranked for the first time and since Cold War. I've barely touched Call of Duty. I barely touched ranked, and I don't know how many titles now since Cold War. Pretty much. I put a little bit in MW3, but I'm super excited for ranked, and I just think the playlists in this game are fucking eh. I think like it just doesn't shine like the strengths of the game. You know, you don't get to appreciate maps like Blackheart or any of the new maps they make, if they make banger maps, and you just don't, people don't play them enough. Like I said, I'm playing fucking Vault Town right now, so I'm a hypocrite. I'm about to drop 100. So maps, let's give it an A. Guns, I'll give it B-, C+. This game has a lack of innovation, but this is what I mean by there's a bigger discussion to be had, whether like how people like expectations of Call of Duty and expectations of the game. And the next video, I'm sorry if this video is a little bit boring, but the next video is going to be a lot more articulated on the real like systemic problems with Call of Duty, like how these games are pretty much expansions, the ecosystem of like live service versus them releasing a product every year, how Warzone is killing all the new games, and how Call of Duty's kind of really gone downhill, SBMM. So all that stuff is going to be like how we got here is going to be in a later video, okay? Like I'm going to need more time to think about it. And like I said, I kind of wanted, in a weird way, man, I haven't talked to the devs too much over my lifetime. I've never really had too many conversations with Activision or developers. They treated us pretty well, you know, when I competed back in the day. But I have talked to a couple devs in my fucking, you know, my tenure of playing COD, and they were Treyarch devs, and man, they get the ones that I like. Hopefully, they remain the ones that I've talked to. They get us, dude. They make a product that we want to play, and they really get like the community sentiment of making a Call of Duty game. And I know last year kind of doesn't say that, and there's a lot of stuff behind the scenes with Activision, which I think is the majority of the issue. But I wanted to give this game a little bit of flowers, man. I get the question all the time, do I like Black Ops 7? And honest to God, like even running around without a headset on, without any audio on, I'm gonna be honest, for like a Call of Duty game, I kind of fuck with this game. I like the aim assist changes. The aim assist changes are good. I know they like buffed it again a little bit or something like that. They need to not do that. But the aim assist changes are fucking good. The SBMM, I don't know. My theory on the SBMM, which we'll dive into the next video as well, is that maybe it is the same as the beta, and SBMM is, you know, a limited factor, and it's not on the high priority list, and this is minimal SBMM. That being said, is the player base is so down bad, and the player base is so killed. And this is something I've preached over the last 5 fucking years on my stream, was trying to tell people that they're not lying about the player base, but Call of Duty is not as big as you think it is, and the casual player base is fucking diminishing, and it's been doing this for a long time, and I think that's where all the forced hate comes from. I think Black Ops 7 is a good product. I think it is also a product of the last 5 fucking years of Call of Duty going downhill, just slowly but surely. And this game is the one where, like, a lot of the bad things over the course of the last decade, or half a decade, it gets taken out of. Also, before we get into part 2 of the video, I just want to give a quick shout out to Sick PCs, man. We were speaking of performance earlier on about Call of Duty. If you guys are ready to upgrade to your dream PC, whether it's a pre-configured or custom built with the best quality parts, I would not want you guys to settle. I've been using Sick PCs for about almost a year now, and my PCs have been running absolutely beautifully, and I'm looking at it right now. She's actually gorgeous. So head over to sickpcs.com, check it out. Check the pre-configured section or the custom builder. And yeah, man, it takes a couple weeks, and it's the best quality parts. A lot of pre-builts nowadays, when you go out and you buy a pre-built, which a lot of my clients do, they skimp on a lot of, you know, quality parts. And that's, honestly, God, that's why, you know, they can have such a good markup. So head over to Sick PCs if you guys are in the market for a new gaming or streaming rig, or even a workstation, to be honest. And use code Neslo at checkout, just like this. Boom, proceed to checkout, and you will get a discount, man. I appreciate you guys. So yeah, man, overall the question is, do I like Black Ops 7? What are my thoughts? I think the game is underrated. I think it is like the hate forced. If you're somebody that, you know, buys Call of Duty and has the expectation that, man, like COD's gonna be back one day, like the question I want to ask, like, you know, the average person is like, what do you expect from Call of Duty releases these days for you to hate Call of Duty and, like, you know, have these strong opinions on it? Meaning, I've been doing this for 15 years almost, and it's one of those things where, like, my expectation of Call of Duty is realistic to the point where, like, it gets a lot for me to get really excited or hyped up over a new COD, or like Black Ops 7 is honestly what I expected. So even if you haven't played the game yet, which obviously I feel like most people that, you know, are gonna play it have bought it and played it. This video, honest to God, is like almost a little late for a lot of YouTubers and a lot of people. They're like, is this guy fucking time traveling? He's doing his Bo7 review and it's fucking mid-January. I like letting things settle in. I like giving things time to marinate. I like, you know, playing things and giving it my thought process and really developing my own opinion. And yeah, I fuck with Black Ops 7. If you're a casual player, I could see your disdain for the series. And if I were to tell somebody that hasn't bought Black Ops 7, is on the fence about it, or hasn't played Call of Duty in years, or, like, you know, what would you describe, like, what do you like about Bo7? The way I would say it is, it's more of the same. If you have played the League the last few games, it's more of the same. It's just a more polished version when it comes to the mechanics. There is a lot of content in this game. I know a lot of it, in my opinion, is a little brain rottish. It's a little TikTok-ish, if you know what I mean. I know a lot of like hardcore zombies fans. I have like a lot of, you know, disregard to how zombies is these days. I'm working on the zombies camo right now. I'm gonna start grinding it again, you know, here on the stream. And are we playing hardpoint? Is this hardpoint again? It is hardpoint again. So zombies is kind of dope. It's really grind heavy. There's a lot of content in the game, I will say that. Whether you like the content, I haven't really played endgame yet. I heard it's a little, excuse me, it's a little like DMZ, which I never really played too much in MW2. I want to give that a shot. I think doing a campaign playthrough would be fucking hilarious for the YouTube channel, especially with like Sharp. It's kind of cool that you can play the campaign like co-op in this game. So I definitely want to give that a run. Multiplayer, like I said, people will tell you that multiplayer is really fucking good this year. It's the best it's been in a really long time, in my opinion. It's just like my personal opinion. The game feels really good. Oh, wall bouncing? I don't know how to feel about wall bouncing yet. I don't know. You know, I'm not like that super cracked when it comes to the movement in today's world of COD, and I haven't played the game like that fucking much. Like, I've played it a lot, and I have a few days played. I got Singularity unlocked and all that. It's a nice change. Like, it's a nice, you know, little addition. I like that Omni movement is something that they need to keep in Call of Duty forever. Like, Omni movement is... There should be like a highlight of stuff they keep from multiple games, and they build off of, which they said we're going to definitely talk about that in the next video. Is one of the biggest issues with Call of Duty is they refuse to take something and build off it. It is fucking crazy how it's 2 steps forward, 3 steps back with this franchise. It is absolutely the most gnarly fucking insane thing about Call of Duty. But the wall bouncing is kind of cool. I've said this a million times too. I've never been a fan. Actually, you know what? I don't know if I've been a fan of it or not a fan of it. But I'm like getting tired of the side cancel fucking meta, like the side cancel like era of Call of Duty. That being said, I don't get it twisted. That doesn't mean I want some slow ass fucking burger game, dude. I think the day and age of Call of Duty being a fucking dumb, slow, boots on the ground, aim down sights game, I don't think people actually truly want that like they think they do. I think like Call of Duty is so fast paced now, and I think that's okay. Yeah, I don't hate it. But yeah, side canceling to me, man, it's just it's getting a little bit boring to me. I really like the bunny hop and jump shotting fucking metas and mechanics in certain games. Like, I love jump shotting and the bunny hop. Like, the bunny hop from MW 2019 was awesome when you could bunny hop challenge things in the momentum base. But yeah, overall, dude, as a game, if it's more of the same. So if you've been playing Call of Duty, you know, a lot for the past few years, that it's just a better version. It's got better maps. The guns are okay. It's cleaner. And listen, you're going to hear me say something about this, and it's something that I can't believe I'm fucking saying in the big 2026. I haven't played much of Warzone, and Warzone's free to play. But the anti-cheat kind of seems to be doing its thing in this game. Is there hackers in this game? I guarantee you there is. I guarantee you there's fucking hacker lobbies, shadow ban lobbies. I'm sure people are yacked up in fucking Call of Duty, dude. That being said, I haven't really felt it as much as I felt in the past. Meaning, the anti-cheat definitely feels to be working here a little bit. You know, it's doing its thing. It's not fucking great. It's not the best anti-cheat in fucking gaming. I know, like, gaming itself is going through this transition where it's really fucking hard. You know, Arc Raiders has a huge cheating problem right now. And other than maybe Valorant, like, there's not a lot of games out there that have a fucking the most robust, insane anti-cheat that, you know, you've ever heard of or seen. But you're not gonna see things. You're not gonna see social media posts and like positives and pros and cons and YouTubers gassing things about Call of Duty, and one of them being simple as the anti-cheat is fucking doing its thing. Now, I haven't played much of Warzone. Actually, you know what? I'm lying. I haven't played any of Warzone since the integration, meaning I haven't played Hollows yet. This is strictly me talking about Black Ops 7 as a game. But I haven't been like I might have been rage hacked on once so far in this game since release. And that's pretty good. It's better than it was even last year in Black Ops 6 on Nuketown. I was getting some fucking spin botters. So it's not perfect. It's not like, oh my god, this anti-cheat is fucking awesome. We're definitely gonna see it be pushed to, you know, the test when rank play comes out here in a little bit. I think in a couple weeks, maybe mid-February. I don't know if it's mid-February, but it's definitely doing its thing. And yeah, that's another pro about the game. Technologically, the game is smooth as fuck. I know I'm repeating myself now. When it comes to performance of the game itself and how it runs great. It looks pretty damn good. There's not too much visual clutter. The LSS actually fucking performs really well and looks great on this game. Oh, I'm fucking frying. But yeah, man, that's my opinion on Black Ops 7. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys are thinking. Let me know if you guys would like to see some like the campaign playthrough, and if I should hop into some endgame. Like I said, I want to do all the camos, and this is such a good like game to just chill and talk to my chat and play with Brandon and kind of vibe out to. But if you like multiplayer Call of Duty, if like, you know, like you're like competitive Call of Duty, you like playing this traditional arena multiplayer, you're gonna have a lot of fun on this game, in my opinion. I think it's a more polished. I think the maps are fucking pretty cool. I think we got some original maps this year that are not complete trash. I think the pacing of the maps are good too, which is something that's not talked about. Meaning a lot of people think like when you're judging maps, like, oh, are they pretty? Nah, like the pacing of the maps, meaning they're not too small, they're not too big. They have a really good pace, and it's not even just the old maps. So that's overall my opinion. Everything else about the same. Like I said, more of the same, and I feel like that's a lot of distaste and a lot of the hate. And just because, like, let's say I don't want like Treyarch, I don't want Call of Duty and Activision being like, oh, more of the same. So when we give you like, you know, a new take on campaign like they did this year, like I don't want them to use that as an excuse to give us fucking slop and new slop and ridiculous slop, being like, oh, well, you wanted new shit. Nah, don't get it twisted, man. Don't get it confused with the games that Activision plays to you. Just because like something is less shit than the previous shit doesn't make it not shit. And I think Call of Duty's just been in that cycle for so long that people get really confused on whether to like something, their expectations on it. And like I said, we'll talk about that more in the next video, or I think it'll be the next video. If not, it'll be later, maybe within the month, because I really want to figure out how I'm gonna talk about, you know, the last 6 years of COD, my personal fucking beef with it, how it's gotten here. Like I said, what I mean by here is it's not doing well. Okay, it hasn't been doing well for a long time, and I've been trying to explain that to people, man. And I've experienced it through my own stream, and knowing casual people, like I was trying to tell people, casuals aren't playing Call of Duty like they used to. For those of you guys who don't know, I'm 31 years old, and when we used to play Call of Duty back in the day, and they had like the global map on the bottom left, we were hitting like 700 to 1 million players on each platform. You know, because I was a PlayStation kid too growing up. So like PlayStation was less popular for Call of Duty. It was a less popular platform, like PS3 days. and it was still getting 500K to 700K when the game came out, like Black Ops 1. And then Xbox was well close to 1 million, if not over 1 million. This game right now, I would have to check Steam. It's not even at 100,000 on its 24-hour like player base. Yeah, I know it's Steam, and a lot of people play this game on Game Pass, as they should, because you don't have to buy the game on Game Pass. This guy got wraps on us. Oh my god. But yeah, Call of Duty, like this, it's not something I want to argue. I don't want people to think I'm rage baiting either. Or like I said, being can't think of the word for it. It's not rage baiting. Or it's like the sky is falling.
We control the hard point.
I can't really think of the word for it right now. I'm sure it'll come to mind eventually. But like doom and gloom pretty much. But I think Black Ops 7 overall, I think it's pretty solid. That's my overall take for the Yap session. Like I said, live commentaries are pretty hard. I think the next video, we're gonna try different, like a little bit different of a format. I think I'm actually just gonna record some gameplay for you guys, and we're gonna do like a really, I don't want to waste too much time yapping, as much as, or like rambling, I should say, as much as like really get to the point of, you know, putting the video in chronological order, how I want to get my points across, talk about the last 5 years of Call of Duty, talk about Activision, talk about all the studios, talk about Warzone, give people a little bit of a history lesson where I think Call of Duty is fucking just has gone wrong, and how they're on like a rocket ship that they can't get off of right now. You know what I mean? They're on a train that can't stop. And just my overall opinions on a lot of things. Because like I said, man, I'm extremely passionate about this. I know it's gonna sound really fucking nerdy. It's a big part of like my personal connection to this. I'm super passionate about Call of Duty. I'm passionate about what it's done for me in life. I'm a COD player, man. It's what I've done for fucking, you know, a good part of my adult life, if not almost all of my adult life. So I want to see it do well. It's easy to fucking dunk on Call of Duty. Like I said, it could, like Sharp said in one of the comments in my previous video, like what Call of Duty is done wrong, or like why Call of Duty's at where it's at, can be a 40 fucking part YouTube series. Okay, it could be a 50 part YouTube series. So I appreciate you guys for watching. Let's see if we can win this hard point real quick. I know it's going to be a long video. It's going to be a long upload. And yeah, man, I do like Black Ops 7. I think if you haven't played it yet, and you've like, you know, you're on the fence about it, it's more of the same, but it's good. It's an improvement. It's an improvement of last year. It's an improvement of the last few years. That being said, that improvement is just not something like that attracts, you know, new players. Meaning they're improving on things that people don't like, you know, haven't liked in a bigger fashion. And that's pretty much the best way for me to explain my thoughts on Black Ops 7. Oh my god, I'm back. I'm fucking competing, dude. Somebody tweet out for a scrim. I still got it. Come on, let's be honest. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you enjoyed the app session. Hopefully some of the things I'm saying make sense. Some of them probably don't. Yeah, you're going to see me playing more Black Ops 7 on stream. And overall, over these next couple months, especially when Rank Play comes out, I'm going to start watching a lot of the CDL and whatnot. So, hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you do, like, comment, subscribe. Honest to God, I want to know, anybody that does get to the end of this video, what's your opinion on Black Ops 7? I want you to be brutally honest. Let me know in the comment section down below, and I'll see you guys in the next video.